So be it, Jedi.
What's going on, guys? Back with another video. It's been about 6 months since my last collection tour, and since then, a few things have came, a few things have went. So I thought, what better way than to just show it off again? This is an IKEA Mills bow with custom loop lights, and as it stands, it looks pretty good. Now in the future, my display will change and I'll have more room and figures won't look so crowded. Currently, this is my setup. This is what I've got to deal with. So we'll just start by showing off the figures. We'll switch it up a little bit and start down at the bottom, work our way up. This first figure I'm showing off is the Feral Predator. Now I personally really enjoy the Prey movie. I'd say it's probably second or third favorite Predator film. Hot Toys did announce recently a battle damage version, which I can't blame them. They're trying to get as much money back as they can for this mold. But I kind of have him in that iconic pose, that scene with the shield and the bear trap. Really wish this figure came with a bear trap. Might have to look in that in the future. But as it stands, for Predator figure, this is one of their best, if not their best. Seamless torso, really inobtrusive joints. I mean, you can't hardly tell. And the stature, it's over 14 inches tall. Big boy, heavy. It's a great figure. Is it the definitive Predator? No, probably not. And I can't say for 100% certainty that I won't move it on when the Jungle Hunter 2.0 arrives, but for now and until then, it's a pretty incredible figure. And to the right of that on the bottom shelf, we have the 212th Airborne, Commander Cody reissue 1.5, 2.0, whatever you want to call it, and Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars. Now, my last tour, I had Captain Rex and Anakin from the Clone Wars, but I sold those, and to be honest, I'm kind of on the fence about selling this as well, but I'm sort of interested in doing that kit bash body swap people have been doing with the Revenge of the Sith Obi-Wan, but for some reason, people still think that figure is worth $300, so until I can find a decent deal on it, I'm going to hold on to this. My affinity for the Clone Wars has kind of waned recently. I'm really not nostalgic for it, and I kind of like the EU continuity, the Legends continuity. So this isn't my favorite representation of Obi-Wan. It is still a pretty good figure. Have him in a sort of walking pose. Maybe not the best, but you know, it fills out the shelf. This Cody, they did a running change, and the first issue I got had a really loose belt, but they have remedied that. The belt fits pretty good, just like regular Clone Troopers. The arm, the swap's out there on the left. It's still a pain in the ass, but I didn't really have the 1.0, and I didn't want to pick it up because I knew it had a lot of problems. But Cody is one of, if not the most iconic Clone Trooper, and Revenge of the Sith is my favorite Star Wars movie. And that's why I got the Airborne as well. Beautiful design, man. I love the Airborne design. I know there's a 501st version from Battlefront 2 that we may get eventually, probably. And there's a good bet it'll be another limited release. But I did pre-order one of the 212th Grunts, just the standard version from Underground Figures. And it's only going to be like 200 or 220 bucks. So pretty good deal. And I just got one of those because I think that's all I need with the two 212th I already have. And as a shelf, as a little partition, it looks pretty good. Moving up, we have Darth Sidious from Revenge of the Sith and my custom Darth Vader. Now, when this figure was announced, I was kind of ragging on it. I was kind of feeling some type of way. And I was talking bad about the portrait. But to be honest, I got this figure for less than half of what it cost brand new. Amazing deal. One I just could not pass up. And I had been sleeping on it because that head sculpt is very, very good, very creepy. And I was sort of weighing the options, you know, like out of all the outfits Darth Sidious or Palpatine or whoever you want to call him wears, I mean, he does fight Yoda wearing this one. So it's really hard to say that this is not his definitive prequel look. But like I said, for the price I paid for it, I'm very pleased with what I got. As I've mentioned multiple times, this is my custom Rogue One Darth Vader with a genuine leather suit from Kelly Studio. I love this figure, but man, it is the most tedious and frustrating piece of shit in my collection. It looks good, but the ankles are super weak. I need to get just some stock Hot Toys boots because those ankles are super loose, does not stand without a stand. Would like to change out the tunic or the tabards there. I just don't like the way they flare out. The material sucks. Maybe get the Empire Strikes Back Return of the Jedi gloves. I'm open for options, but the more I think about it, the less I just want to spend more money on this figure. But as it stands, the leather suit is pretty good and will stand the test of time. It is my definitive clean Vader. I cannot see myself really moving it on. It does have some issues, but nothing you couldn't remedy a little bit of money. Moving over, we have the Phantom Menace Darth Maul 2.0 and Darth Sidious from the Clone Wars. This figure in particular was my first ever pre-order and one of the first Hot Toys I ever seen before I started collecting. For the longest time, it was my most anticipated figure. It's crazy how things can change, right? How you can be hype about something and over time it just kind of wears off. Referring to Darth Maul here, it is a beautiful figure. Probably one of the best in my collection. I mean, Darth Maul is nostalgia for me. I mean, I grew up with the prequels. I remember all the Phantom Menace packaging with his face on it. And this figure is a hell of an upgrade to the DX16 and 17. I love the shelf presence. I just have him in a really vanilla pose, as you were to say. And it's just incredible. One of my favorites. As per Sidious, he's probably on his way out before too long, too. Don't know what I'll do when that other Darth Sidious is announced from Revenge of the Sith. I don't hate this figure by any means, but I don't know that I have room for two of this character in my collection. But as it stands, it's a pretty good figure, and that Sheev portrait is really good. Don't have anything bad to say about it per se, but it's just kind of underwhelming at this point. Moving up, I have my most recent acquisition. I honestly got this and this just a couple days apart. Crazy timing, but this is the Terminator 2 Judgment Day T-800 2.0. And man, this is a hell of a figure. Honestly, it exceeds expectations. It is just beautiful standing here. There's not a lot of craziness you can get with this figure with that leather outfit. It's not very posable. But I think just capturing that aesthetic, that aura that Arnold had in that second film with this outfit, 10 out of 10 knocks it out of the park. And the reason I went with this version is I just love the black on black outfit. I love the glasses. The glasses kind of make the likeness a little better. It's not perfect by any means, but I just had to have this look as opposed to the battle damage version. Not knocking on that figure, but if I could only have one, I chose this one, and I have zero regrets. Incredible figure. Hot Toys really went the extra mile with the genuine leather. It's beautiful, it's supple, it's soft. And man, this is just, one of my best figures in my collection. Moving over, we have Anakin and Padme from Attack of the Clones. People hate this film, but I have super nostalgia for it. I used to watch this movie all the time before Revenge of the Sith came out. I mean, it's one of my favorites. What can I say? This Anakin is one of the best Hayden likenesses they've done. And this Padme is, of course, the only licensed Padme we have on the market, and it is beautiful. Could not have one without the other. I love them, and this Padme's honestly kind of been in this pose for the year or so that I've had her, and I've just sort of futzed it and tweaked it. And I think this is pretty lifelike. I'm happy with it, and there's a reason I haven't changed it. And part of that is I just don't want to get the outfit oil stained or dirty for my hands. I'm super sketched out about that white. But Anakin, super slept on figure. I know this is not everybody's first choice when it comes to Anakin, but I enjoy it. I love it's in my collection. And flanking these two, I have two shiny clones. My last collection tour, I only had the one, and I was talking about wanting another one. Well, that came true. These bad boys cost a pretty penny for clone troopers. I think I paid $260 for one, and I bit the bullet and paid $320 for the other. So kind of steep, especially for what they are. They're clones, probably the cheapest figure Hot Toys makes. But I just had to have two, and I have their Phase 1 bucket on. because they're on, the Attack of the Clone shelf. Wish that helmet was a little better. It does, kind of irk me that it's a little oversized and not accurate, but it's not that egregious. And the fact that they come with the phase suit bucket makes it that much better. Love these figures, but as we'll get to in a little bit, they aren't my favorite clones in my collection. Moving up, we have something you've probably seen several times if you're a subscriber or have watched the channel at all. We have my dark side Anakin. I really hate that vernacular. With my two 501st clones flanking him. And I've glazed this figure and this little setup in my display for so long that, well, you probably heard it by now. I love it. One of my favorite scenes from Revenge of the Sith, the most tragic scene, probably in all of Star Wars. At least that's what it was intended to be. Love these two clones. Would never part with them. If I had to sell everything, I'd still keep these three figures. That's how much they mean to me. And I did just switch these clones up. I kind of futzed the pose and swapped them around, so there is a little bit of difference there. I wish the hips weren't ratcheted. I know that's a change they made on the later clone bodies, but that's kind of the most natural looking pose you can get him in, just with a little staggered stance. This Anakin is wearing the Qui-Gon Jinn's robe. I did a video on that, and there's an Instagram user, right? I'll show a picture right here, and man, he has the same robe and he futzed it to perfection. This is probably the best looking I've ever seen this robe. But going back to mine, I did spend a lot of time messing with this and getting it to look as good as it does. How good you think it looks is, your opinion, but I think it looks pretty good, and it definitely does look better than the stock robe. This is a genuine leather tabard from Super Broadway Rico. Sorry if I butchered that. On eBay, I have purchased two from him, from China. Great. I mean, sheepskin leather. It's 100% genuine, and I just love this figure. I know everybody's hot about the artisan, but this one and a one we'll get to momentarily still hold up, and I still love them. So it'll take a lot for me to get off that hill. And the last little partition of my display, we have the battle damaged Darth Vader, collecting weekly figure of the year as voted by the fans. And man, this is one of Hot Toys' best. I've said it. You probably heard it. A beautiful figure. I mean, the battle damage components, the leg, the arm, it's just next level. Super cool. It's really, really hard not to love this figure. Likeness to Hayden, pretty dang good. They've done it several times now. Posability, it's pretty ass. It's pretty statuesque. This is just the standard version. I didn't get the one with the sculpted cape, but don't know that I regret that. I definitely would not be displaying it right now, so I saved the money and I just got the regular. And as it is, I'm pretty dang happy with it. Next to him, we have the original Revenge of the Sith Anakin. I got this figure for about 185 bucks, and boy, let me tell you, it did stink. I don't know what dude had it stored in, but it smelled like mildew shit. So I had to take the fabric off, take the outfit off, spray it down with fabric refreshener. Since then, it's pretty well aired out, but it's really hard to get rid of that musty smell. So I'm very happy with the price I paid, all things considered. This is also a genuine leather tabard from Super Broadway Rico, and the boots are from the Alpha Toys Chosen One. They're sculpted plastic, but I did purchase the Topo Studios sculpted boots from 1/6 kit, so looking forward to seeing how those turn out. These two are standing on the Hot Toys 5s and Echo bases. I honestly like this design for the Hot Toys base. It does have some, dry brushing, weathering, and it's the standard Hot Toys Star Wars base, but I think for what it is, it does look pretty cool. Picked those up on Mercari for about 30 bucks for the pair. And yeah, that has been my collection. I pretty well love every figure in my display. There are some that would kind of get the boot if we come down to it. Like I said, I'm thinking about selling that Obi-Wan. Don't know that I'll keep Feral Predator forever. But, we don't buy things with the intention of selling them. Shit just happens. Our interests change, money changes. And that's the good thing. You're buying a figure. You're not getting a tattoo or making some permanent life decision. Things can be sold even if at a loss sometimes. And it's part of the game, part of collecting. And I guess the thing to take away from that is just enjoy it. Nothing is forever. None of these figures are going to last forever. You and I aren't going to last forever. So just enjoy it while you can. be happy. Don't go into debt over this shit, because that is very silly. And just do what you can. I don't know. I'm rambling here. Pending pre-orders, I have the Scorch Xenomorph and Chewbacca that have released. Waiting on invoices from those. That Scorch Xenomorph, man, I'm calling it right now. It's going to be figure of the year. Current pre-orders aside from those, I have, well, the 212th Grunt and Jungle Hunter 2.0. So 4 pre-orders, 2 of them are released. Not too crazy. I'll probably try to pick up Bespin Han when he releases, but nothing really that's piquing my interest. I'm curious to see how that Attack of the Clones Obi-Wan turns out. If they do update that portrait, that would be tempting, because I like the early Clone Wars aesthetic or Attack of the Clones, so that might be my stand-in Obi-Wan. Other than that, that's about it. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you enjoyed this little measly collection tour showcasing my figures. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, see you on the next one. Say hi, Ruby. Say thanks for watching.
I'm sorry, sir. It's time for you to leave.